The High Court says this law has to change here in Connecticut. Now, to be sure, there are many, many stories of offenders, former offenders, people who have served time in the past, who have turned their lives around and become very productive members of society. But to some survivors, victims of crime, this should never happen. As of today, there are 16,600 prisoners in the Connecticut correction system. As many as 250 are prisoners sent to jail for crimes they committed when they were under age 18.
But there is such thing as somebody getting a second chance. And I think that Lewis would be a great candidate to be considered for this program.
He's very remorseful. My friend committed a murder at the age of 16. And at 17, he was convicted and sentenced to 50 years.
The Connecticut Sentencing Commission heard today from dozens of family members and friends of people who committed crimes when they were 14, 15, 16, and 17 and were sentenced as adults, in many cases without the possibility of parole. That has to change because the U.S. Supreme Court has ruled it's illegal because people at that age aren't fully developed and deserve an opportunity to receive parole at some point.
There are psychological, physical factors concerning brain development that limit juveniles' responsibility for crimes. They don't excuse them, but they limit their culpability.
It would be retroactive because the Supreme Court was acting on a case that was indeed an old case.
I would be for giving juveniles a second break when you can give my son and wife a second break.
This woman and her 15-year-old son were shot to death in 1993 by a 14-year-old who was sentenced to 60 years without parole. They were John Clooney's wife and son.
I don't want to see him out. I don't want to ever see him see the streets, okay? Once you cross the line, you commit a double murder of a 15-year-old boy and his mother, you're capable of anything.
This special commission made up of judges, prosecutors, and the Chief State's Attorney is on this commission, and also law enforcement. They must make a recommendation to change this law by the 1st of the new year. Live from the Hartford Newsroom, Mark Davis, News 8.